So another thing I would like to say on the giving up. In 2017, there was a lot of calls for him to resign. And of course, at that point, I was much younger. I was scared for my family. I was scared for his life. Of course, he wasn't going to resign, but I said, please, if it just for us, you know. Come 2022, I was with him. I was now here. On the day, just a moment before he went to Bomas to announce the results. At that time, he had already received intelligence that somebody had wanted to end his life to stop him from announcing the results. So we sat together, the pastors prayed, and I hugged my dad, and he looked at me, and I looked at him, and I said to him, you don't even need to say anything, because I know you're going to stand for the truth. I know you're going to stand for Kenyans. I said to him in 2017, I was selfish. I asked you to resign for me. But in 2020, this for you, I know you need to do it for the country. You need to do it for the country. So we looked at each other without really saying much, but knowing that might have been the last time I would have seen each other. I had never seen my dad cry. My dad shed a tear. So I said bye to him, and I said, whatever it is, we will stand by you. And I hugged him, and I said, you go do your thing. I handed him over his speech, which, by the way, I used to assist him a lot with drafting his speeches. He used to trust us as a family also. Emmanuel would assist him in IT stuff as well. So the speech I drafted with him, I handed it over to him. Said it's a great speech. So all the best. Whatever happens, happens, but we are proud of you either way. He didn't read the speech, by the way, because there was so much chaos at Bomas. But the speech he made was so impactful. He actually came home and he said, he didn't even remember what he said. He actually did not, because it was in a moment that was him. That was him in his moment. It was such an impactful speech. He came home, he didn't remember what he said. He took off his shoes. He was actually bleeding. He didn't even know he was bleeding. Like, this was just my dad. Get the work done, which he got done. And he was just proud to have done his duty and stood with the truth and stood with his conscience. Because he always said, what he does is for his legacy. And it's not just his legacy, it's our name as well. The people whom carry his name, the people who carry his name will live with that. So he was not going to do anything that would endanger our lives. So he stood by the truth, and I'm extremely proud of him for that. I recall telling him, after all that if I could just be half of who you are, I think I'll be great. I'll be a successful person. I'll be amazing. And he stopped me and he said, Rachel, you're not going to be half of me. You're going to excel. You're going to be way.
My tribute, as you can see, it's short and sweet. So I'll go on to read it. Thursday, 20th February 2025 will be a day I will always remember. The day you were promoted to heaven. It has been a long journey, Daddy. I never thought you would leave us in our early 30s. And it pains me to realize that you will not be there for us, your children, to give back to you. These past days, I've been going down memory lane, and I am proud that I was given the opportunity to call you my father. Daddy, you loved us deeply and worked tirelessly to ensure we had all we had needed and more. You are a man who was always willing to lend a helping hand, a man who was and is my #1 role model and mentor, a man of integrity and honesty, an unshakable man.
Well, sasa inasemekana ya kwamba Chairman Chebukati aliambiwa aresign, akakataa. Akaambiwa na watoto wake mapema ni best, akakataa.